Hybrid meeting set up using Zoom presented by the Lancaster area woodturners. Recorded June 24th, 2021 in Zoom and edited in an iMovie with the Coffee Hour All-Stars. Okay, this is Lancaster Woodturners Coffee Hour number 63 or so. I'm not even sure, 63. We're coming to you from our wonderful facility developing here at Kaufman Kitchens in New Holland, PA. This is space that the Kaufman family intends to expand into in the next 4 or 5 years. And until then, we've been invited to camp here, and we're totally grateful for it. You know, the original premise behind Coffee Hour was that we were setting it up to help our members get up on Zoom and to learn how to use these things, and we're doing a bit of that here this morning. Also, AAW has been holding a series of leadership panels for club techies and officers on, well, just how does this Zoom hybrid meeting thing work? In the panel last night, we had some very interesting and complicated setups. An awful lot of people are hooked on vMix, and a lot of them are hooked on, well, people are hooked on what they've invested in. They spent the money on it, and they defend it to the death, even when it doesn't make any sense. And I'm guilty of the same thing myself. I'm a determined all Zoom setup here. We have not gone the A10 mini route, even though it often makes a lot of sense. Partly it's because we already spent our budget, and partly it's out of an urgent desire to keep it simple, on grounds that we are all graybeards here, and we are all going to shuffle on. And I'd like to have our system here be transparent enough, familiar enough to to the guys who are here working with me, that any one of us can run it. And that's going to involve an awful lot of cord and cable labeling and setup documentation that is yet to come.
I guess I have one comment, John. I did a interactive remote meeting about a week ago. There was a hybrid meeting, and what I found out was in the past, when people didn't have to go anywhere, they encouraged you to keep on talking, and instead of the hour and a half typical evening demo, you'd go 2 hours and people were happy. Once you start that hybrid back, they're back in that hour and a half mode because people are going to drive home, and long about after the meeting has gone on for 2 hours, people are looking at their watch just like folks in church when it gets past 12.
That leads to one of the questions of, why would we bother with this? Why don't we just go back to what we used to do? Well, part of it is we met all you guys from away. A lot of you have joined our club, and a lot of you are joining us here at Coffee Hour. We don't want to lose you. We want to continue to relate with you and see what you're doing. And because the people who have come in from away are all avid turners, and some of them are very advanced turners. So we got a lot to gain by doing what we can to maintain these contacts and friendships and communications. The other thing is, now that we've all seen that it's possible to record a meeting and watch it later, or see it on Zoom and watch it from home, we don't want to go backwards. So we want to be able to offer our members a choice. They can drive out here to New Holland for the fellowship and to see everybody and drink a coffee together and touch the work. Or if they don't want to stay up later at 8 o'clock, they can stay home and watch the video in the morning. Or if it's a dark and stormy night and they're like me, I don't like dark and stormy nights, stay home and come into the meeting by Zoom. Setting up for demos. Okay, for demos, we want to see over the turner's shoulder with the possibility of zooming in. We want to see from the tailstock view how he's standing and holding his tools and hands and making his moves. And we want to see the talking head. He's going to tell us what he's going to do, and then he's going to do it, and then he's going to explain what he just did and take questions. The camcorder on the tripod at left gives us the tailstock view. The boom camera looks over Doug's shoulder, and he talks into an iPhone clamped to the yellow safety screen.
I want to be able to see this shot or whatever shot you're using, okay, on that camera.
All right, then we go in. So that's where you talk, and you see what I'm showing.
Yep, got it.
Zoom switches USB camcorders from this menu, lower left of screen, but it can't spotlight 2 USB cameras at once. However, it can bring in any wireless or remote cam, like the phone that's looking at Doug's mug, and place it alongside the USB image.
This particular one, what I'm actually going to be turning is a ball between cones. So if I do this and now I turn it on, the reason for putting the board down behind here is so that I can actually see the shadow when I'm turning.
I want to make sure I'm getting your elbows and things in. Yeah. This camera, I have a choice of that. No, pretend you're turning. Go to yeah, hold the tool up.
That, you know, nice.
And we can go to that, which is me. Go to that, which is the overhead.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
If I want to do this,
yeah.
that puts me in the center of the screen. What you've got here, the mic is being here and everything is a lot better because that way I can have a face shield on.
Yes, you can talk behind the face shield.
Talk behind the face shield.
Here's the little receiver for Doug's wireless lapel mic. It also connects to a PA amplifier so he can be heard in the room, even behind his face shield. Zoom selects microphones and speakers on this menu, which appears down in the lower left beside the mute icon.
And this is only for me getting a reference point to make sure, like if I'm standing back, here I'm standing back, I want to show a demonstrated tool. I want to bring it into shape and make sure I'm on the right spot. So I'm actually pointing to the right section of the tool. That is just for reference.
Yeah. But what's exciting to me is what the room and the Zoom sees you. This is an excellent LARD setup.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Just working.
Yeah, exactly.
Show and tell. Cameras on tripods flank the big TV. One shows the show and tell table and the other shows the dudes in the room. There's the overall view of the room, and that's from an iPhone that's over behind the table. And there's the room close up. Now Doug can zero in on anybody in the room. So with this tool, we can spotlight the guy in the room who's talking, and we can also spotlight the guy on Zoom who's talking. The innovation here today is there is a tabletop conference room speakerphone on the table with the show and tell objects. The eMeet M2 wireless speakerphone picks up audio from everyone in the room. Did you guys in the room say something so they all can hear you?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We have the setup arranged here, so we in the room are looking at the big screen with you all on it, and you in the big screen ought to be looking at the room with us all on it. So it's an attempt to convert the hybrid, make this hybrid Zoom experience equal for all. And in a way, we're building the lathe while it's turning. Let's try some show and tell. Barry, you want to lead us off from the room?
Okay.
Spotlight for everyone. Okay.
Okay. This is a pair of candlesticks that we had a challenge a few months ago, a monthly challenge, and that was to make two of the same thing. And I chose to show off my spiral jig in doing that. And then I cut the taper on it afterward. I didn't cut the taper before the carving, but I could have. So that was a pair of cherry candlesticks.
For you guys out there in Zoom land, raise hand is the way to get attention if you don't want to just jump in. And I prefer you just raise hand, because even when you just jump in, I don't know who you are or where you are, so I can't spotlight you. But if you raise hand, I can. Go for it.
Hi, I have three little things. Long ago and far away, when I started turning, I decided to make a little ring box. And well, this was 2013, and I had some Osage orange. And this is the little ring box. It's shaped like an egg. and it came out real well. Has a nice tight, I don't know if you can hear it, but you can see the yellow on the inside and oxidation. I was just curious about oxidation, didn't know anything about Osage orange, and it came out really, really just a sweet little box.
Now there you have it, right there. It was two experiences: a guy in the room doing a show and tell, and a guy on screen on the Zoom land doing a show and tell. And from my point of view here, it looked like equal treatment. Both guys got the spotlight. Both guys got to hold their work up and talk and explain it. And show and tell is nothing in Zoom without screen sharing. Here's two recent examples.
And that's a picture I took with my smartphone camera, just standing at the lathe, and just snapped a picture of it. And that was that beautiful maple, very dramatic maple.
So that's my bandsaw plate here, and that's the setting appliance. And I've got a film as well to show you how it works.
I love it. How did you guys react to that?
Good.
And here's our current equipment list, which you can download from AAW. And here, finally, here's your wiring diagram. Everybody seems to like these. And I'll stop the video now, and we'll take some questions and comments and discussion. And remember, take your time, laugh when it screws up, ask for help, compare notes, and share what you learn, and enjoy meeting together in this new way.